quick, and it says, thoughts on the Jalen Mbakwe situation. Um, Here's my thoughts, and that is Alabama as a whole has started losing a lot of players this offseason. And I mean, it's interesting how a lot of these guys have really started entering the portal. But this is interesting. 4 hours ago, Jalen Mbakwe reverses course on transfer portal, will return to Alabama. So this is interesting. Okay. So according to this article, apparently Jalen Mbakwe is wanting to get some offensive snaps as well. This is from a guy named Pete Nakos. This is, of course, looking online, just looking where you can go on Google and see the Twitter feed. But this is so yesterday he planned to enter the portal, but now has decided he will stay at Alabama. So, and I mean, I'm just looking at this. I'm just kind of scrolling through this for a minute, but that's definitely interesting to see because of the idea of him reversing course like that. That's interesting. Um, Thoughts. I guess interesting, like I said, interesting is definitely the word I'd say for this. If he does get snaps on the offensive side of the ball, we'll see how good he actually is. Because I believe Alabama's lost a couple of receivers in the portal so far. But I believe, if I'm not wrong, Emmanuel Henderson has also entered the portal. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I believe he has. So I'm interested to see how this goes over. He's not the first guy. I mean, last year, I think it was Caden Proctor who reversed course. He had transferred to Iowa, but then transferred back to Alabama. So, definitely interesting. Definitely a very interesting. Okay. So he's going to try to play both sides of the ball. Okay. So the last thing I'll say on Mbakwe, definitely interesting situation. If he can play both sides of the ball, I feel like Travis Hunter definitely has really made the two-way playing famous again. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. We'll just have to wait and see what Alabama's receiver last question to take. Like. That is thought on the battle for the starting quarterback spot next season, and I believe talking about Alabama. Here's the thing, and I think there's a lot of questions for Alabama. I think it's Keelan Russell's the freshman that's coming into Bama. I believe that Austin. I mean, I don't think Austin Mack really has a chance at getting the starting job. You got Ty Simpson. There's another guy that I remember hearing that had a shot at the starting job, but I can't remember who it is. Someone that's already there in Tuscaloosa. Dylan Lonergan's already in the transfer portal, so you don't have to worry about Lonergan being in this race. I'll be honest. I think it's Ty Simpson's job to lose. I really think that his ability to just sit in the pocket, be like a pocket passer, will be big for Alabama. And I think I've said this before on the channel, and that is that the quarterback that really had a lot of success with Kalen DeBoer, go back and watch Washington last season. And you had Michael Penix Jr., who if you remember, he had some injuries there he had some injuries at Indiana, transferred to Washington. He had to become more of a pocket passer. And that, I think, helped. I think that really did help Penix become a really good quarterback. I think that helped the offensive style Kalen DeBoer wanted there in Washington. So you look at Alabama next season, I think a guy like Ty Simpson who can sit in the pocket, be a pocket passer, and pass the ball first is going to look really good for Alabama. Question I have, because Justice Haynes is gone from Tuscaloosa. Are you going to give Jam Miller the ball next season? I think that's big because I think if Alabama can effectively give Jam Miller the ball, have Ty Simpson sit in the pocket and make the passes when needed, this Bama team will be scary good. That is my truthful, honest take on Alabama this season. Is that Jalen Milroe was really, I mean, he did not make things easy on Alabama this season. I think it's the inconsistent play that Milroe had that really damaged Alabama this season. And quite frankly, I think that's why they missed a playoff spot, because of his play. So, and there's a lot of other things you could talk about, but excuse me. But Alabama definitely interesting to see what happens next season with them.